because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
I'm Floyd Mayweather. With all the tools that Terrence Crawford has, I will pick Terrence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in the fight between Terrence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Max Kellerman explains why a showdown between Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be must-watch boxing. He points to Crawford as the most complete undisputed champion of the modern era, while still giving full respect to Floyd's legendary run at his peak. Kellerman highlights how Mayweather's defensive brilliance once made opponents look helpless, rarely allowing clean shots. At the same time, he believes Crawford's all-around ability, ring IQ, and adaptability separate him from today's competition. Crawford has already proven he belongs at the highest level and owns the skill set to test even a fighter of Mayweather's stature. To Kellerman, this fight represents a collision of generations, elite defense against dynamic offense, the kind of clash that would leave a lasting mark on boxing history.
Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terrence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll. I get it. Controls distance. But Terrence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terrence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter weighs in on the never-ending arguments comparing Terrence Crawford to Floyd Mayweather, noting that these debates often blur what makes each man special on his own. He explains that most fans instinctively side with Floyd in a hypothetical matchup because Mayweather's reputation as an undefeated icon is already cemented in boxing history. That built-in bias, Porter says, tends to downplay just how remarkable Crawford's resume really is. He makes it clear that Floyd came first, the trailblazer who defined excellence and set the blueprint for dominance, earning his status as the original standard. At the same time, Porter gives Crawford his respect, reminding everyone that both fighters thrived in different periods, ruling their respective eras in their own unique way.
We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in the fight between Terrence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
success
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right? Yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't.
Crawford has also spoken directly about the endless side-by-side comparisons, offering a message that cuts straight to the point. He openly gives Floyd Mayweather his flowers, calling him the defining fighter of his time, a champion whose dominance reshaped boxing history. But Crawford is just as clear about where he stands now, saying this chapter belongs to him and that he's the one raising the bar in the current era. His stance blends respect with self-belief, making it clear that greatness isn't about imaginary head-to-head battles, but about ruling your own generation. That mindset is why Crawford earns admiration not only for his skills in the ring, but for his understanding of the sport itself.
Is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Crawford has also shut down the idea of chasing a fight with Floyd Mayweather altogether. While fans continue to imagine how that matchup might look, Crawford makes it clear that it's not something on his agenda. He's not interested in hunting Floyd down or trying to defeat a legend from a different chapter of boxing. His attention is firmly on closing out his own journey the right way. That approach shows growth and perspective, proving he isn't trying to define his legacy by taking shots at a retired icon. Instead, Crawford is focused on carving out his own spot in boxing history and walking away with pride after accomplishing everything he set out to achieve.
About going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0. Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I wasn't never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was going to retire if I didn't get the...
Crawford highlights Canelo Alvarez's view as especially meaningful, mainly because Canelo has shared the ring with both him and Floyd Mayweather. When someone with first-hand experience against both fighters says Crawford is superior, that opinion carries real credibility. Even so, Crawford doesn't dismiss Floyd's legacy, making it clear that Mayweather was the undisputed standard of his generation. At the same time, he believes the present era now belongs to him. This mix of valuing Canelo's assessment while maintaining humility toward Floyd's past dominance shows that greatness isn't decided by one voice alone, but by mutual respect between champions from different generations.
One where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but why do something when something else is working?
Crawford continues to show admiration for Mayweather, labeling him a true icon and questioning why a direct comparison is even necessary. He points out that Floyd's chapter in boxing is already written, defined by years of control and excellence. Rather than chasing a head-to-head narrative, Crawford focuses on shaping his own legacy in a different way. By framing the discussion with respect instead of rivalry, he gives credit to both careers. That perspective doesn't just quiet the endless debates, it lifts the sport as a whole by recognizing that greatness can exist in more than one form, without forcing a single final verdict.
6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Chris Algieri adds his voice to the conversation by highlighting how tricky it really is to stack Floyd Mayweather against Terence Crawford. He explains that greatest of all time debates never end because too many variables come into play: the opposition they faced, the time periods they fought in, and the situations surrounding their careers. According to Algieri, trying to force a single winner misses the point. Instead, he encourages fans to acknowledge that both men are exceptional on their own terms. His take brings balance to the discussion, reminding people that chasing one clear answer often distracts from truly appreciating the brilliance each fighter brought to the sport.
The discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much. There is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop. Like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, or Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like we're gonna. That's the conversation
127 years old.
In real time with guys that we've all seen. Literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate. Yeah, it's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree. And I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the 90s when boxing was, everybody was going head to head. There wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk.
Robert Garcia applauded Crawford's showing against Canelo Alvarez, saying the performance matched exactly what he expected from him. He emphasized how Crawford combined strength, precision, and calm under pressure, noting that everything he did in the ring reflected serious preparation and natural ability. Garcia pointed out that defeating a superstar like Canelo wasn't just another win, but proof that Crawford can control and outclass even the biggest names in the sport. That kind of victory, he believes, pushes Crawford deeper into all-time great territory. Praise coming from an experienced trainer like Garcia only reinforces how highly Crawford's accomplishments are viewed across boxing.
You see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance.
I think so. He's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter. And that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. I always said, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous, right? Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. We were, there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm going to say it, Crawford by decision. Because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night, they're in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little extra, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it out.
Teddy Atlas broke down Crawford's win with meticulous insight, highlighting his composure and rare ability to read the ring like few others can. He praised Crawford's jab for its precision and impact, calling it a clear example of his tactical genius. Atlas also put the matchup in context, comparing Canelo's fights against Floyd and Crawford. He reminded fans that Canelo was far younger and less experienced when he faced Mayweather, whereas he was a seasoned, battle-tested fighter against Crawford, and still outmatched. Age played a role too. Floyd was 40 in his bout with Canelo, while Crawford was nearly 38 when he triumphed. This kind of perspective underscores just how remarkable Crawford's achievement really is and why it commands such respect.
But he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used the jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond. I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Customato talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali. Where they don't believe you can beat them. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to it, he sees a twist.
Canelo Alvarez openly stated that Crawford is the superior fighter, and his opinion carries real authority since he's faced both Mayweather and Crawford in the ring. By recognizing Crawford's skill and edge firsthand, Canelo gives serious credibility to the argument supporting Crawford. His insight isn't based on speculation, it comes from direct experience, making it one of the most trustworthy perspectives in the ongoing debate. This endorsement reinforces the notion that Crawford's current dominance and accomplishments firmly place him among the elite fighters in the world today.
Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move.
Following Crawford's commanding victory over Canelo, comparisons with Mayweather intensified, with fans and analysts admitting just how difficult it is to declare a clear, better fighter. Crawford's feat of becoming undisputed across multiple weight classes and holding 4 belts simultaneously sets him apart, achieving milestones Mayweather never reached. While Floyd's perfect record is still legendary, Crawford's skill in moving through divisions and unifying titles gives him a distinct legacy of his own. For many, this places Crawford on par with Mayweather, and in some eyes, even above him, cementing his status as one of boxing's truly historic figures.
Between Crawford and Canelo, I am not gonna lie, that boy Crawford up there with Floyd. The way he went toe-to-toe with a heavy hitter like Canelo is actually crazy, bro. And this is probably one of Crawford's best fights. Like, he was super sharp. Like, dude was super sharp, super clean, and he stayed in that pocket. People talking about that Crawford was running. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't look like he was running at me. It looked like he was taking them hits on the chin. I mean, for God's sakes, bruh. He got stung in the head and took himself to the hospital. Like, dude real life like that. And I know that, you know, Floyd, he real life, you know, he a good boxer. Floyd is actually one of my favorite boxers. But Crawford is now becoming one of my favorite boxers because he's very, like, skillful. The technicality of him and just the decisions he makes in that ring, bro, to get up on the scoreboard is crazy. And he's not like one of them fighters like how Shakur, he boxes for points. And that's cool. That's the way boxing's supposed to go, I guess. But Terrence, you can get that from him, but you can also get that aggressiveness when he in that pocket and he throwing a couple hooks and trying to take you out. But I will say, Canelo even said it. He said, bro, he thinks that Crawford is way better than Floyd. And they asked him, like, why would you, think that? He just said everything he does is different. I can't understand the style of boxing he had. And he was saying that he's good in everything when it comes to the ring. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Canelo is not lying. Like, Crawford is like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. To stand toe-to-toe with Canelo, that actually is crazy because everybody knows he's a heavy hitter. Like, he's a knockout artist. But, yeah, he definitely deserves it, bro. That boy Crawford, 42-0. And I don't know why he's even thinking about retiring, but you got to pass up Floyd. I'm not going to lie, you need to get some more Jan Sammys under your belt because if you pass up Floyd, that's when the rumblings are going to really be like, oh yeah, he's the best.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.